In 2014, a company was worth $9 billion. It had famous investors, government contracts, a deal with Walgreens. There was just one problem. The product didn't work. And they knew it. Her name was Elizabeth Holmes. In 2003, she was 19 years old and a student at Stanford University. She dropped out to start a company called Theranos. The idea sounded revolutionary. What if you could run hundreds of medical tests using just one drop of blood? No needles, no labs, fast results. It sounded like science fiction. And honestly, it was. But nobody knew that yet. Between 2013 and 2014, Theranos exploded. Holmes landed a deal with Walgreens, one of the biggest pharmacy chains in the U.S. Investors poured in over $700 million. The company was valued at $9 billion. Holmes appeared on magazine covers. She gave TED Talks. She wore a black turtleneck. People called her the next Steve Jobs. Think about that number for a second. $9 billion. For a company that was losing $2 million every single week and promising $1 billion in revenue it was never going to make. Here's the best way to understand what was happening. Imagine someone sells you an iPhone. It promises a full week of battery life. You buy it. You tell your friends. You invest in the company. Then you open it up. There's no battery inside. That's Theranos. In 2015, a reporter at the Wall Street Journal started asking questions. His name was John Carreyrou. He found former employees who said the technology simply didn't work, that Theranos was running most of its tests on machines made by other companies, that results were being faked. Holmes denied everything. She called it lies. But regulators started paying attention. In 2016, they found serious failures in Theranos labs. Holmes was banned from operating labs for 2 years. The Walgreens deal collapsed, and the company started bleeding out. Here's the part that gets lost in all the business headlines. Real patients received wrong medical results from Theranos tests. Some of those results affected decisions about their health, decisions about cancer screenings, heart conditions, medications. These weren't rich investors taking a financial risk. These were regular people trusting a medical test. Hundreds of employees lost their jobs. Investors lost close to $1 billion. And Holmes went from being a billionaire to having nothing. By 2017, the company was basically shutting down. Labs closed. Staff were let go. Lawsuits piled up. In 2018, Theranos was officially dissolved, and in 2022, after years of legal battles, Elizabeth Holmes was convicted of fraud. She was sentenced to more than 11 years in prison. So what actually happened here? The short answer is, people believed a story, a compelling founder, a big vision, a problem worth solving. That combination is incredibly powerful. Powerful enough to make investors write checks for hundreds of millions of dollars without asking for proof. There's a phrase in Silicon Valley: fake it till you make it. It means act confident, even when you're not sure yet. Holmes took that idea and crossed a very clear line. She didn't fake confidence. She faked the product itself. And that's not a business lesson. That's fraud. If this story sounds insane, wait until you hear about the next one. Subscribe, because it gets worse.